Now it's how can we commercialize it so you can eat, but also put something in your pocket and eventually grow our economy. And one such initiative that is doing just that, trying to see how they can commercialize agriculture, is ABI Trust, which is the Agriculture Business Initiative. And from there, the Advocacy and Communications Manager, George Mutagubia. Good morning.
Thank you, Flavia.
Yeah. Are you in agriculture yourself?
My family, we have a background of growing coffee. So my parents, their parents, they were educated from proceeds from coffee.
Okay.
So yes, you can say that I have an attachment with agriculture.
You understand it at least from the ground?
From the ground, but also the fact that now I'm working to support the sector.
Okay, yeah. So Agriculture Business Initiative, or ABI Trust. Agriculture is, I mean, they promised us this is how we're going to middle income status. This is it. If we put all our energy here, we're going to middle income status. But let's just maybe briefly introduce what ABI Trust does, or what its role in the country is.
Thank you. Of course, once again, good morning, viewers. ABI were founded in 2010 by the government of Denmark, of course, in collaboration with the government of Uganda, with the objective of promoting private sector agribusiness development in the country, of course, for purposes of creating wealth. We are made up of two entities. There is the ABI Trust, Agriculture Business Initiative Trust that you mentioned, but also we have the financial arm, which is called ABI Finance. So the two work hand in hand. One is pro livelihood support, but the other one is pro the commercial side of agribusiness. You know, looking at
when you say trust and finance, they all kind of sound like the money.
Yeah, there's money.
Yeah, there's money.
There's money.
But so let's
we are money. We're money. Yeah.
We're all about money, just differently. So let's just break down the trust first.
Okay, the trust is a grant making entity of our business. So we deal with farm organizations. We deal with apex bodies. Apex bodies, I mean national platforms, like how you could see the NAROs of this world, how you can see the UNFE, it's a farm organization, how you can see the UCDAs. So we support them by giving them grants.
Okay,
so grants is money. So, but the idea is that because we are pro-business, we don't give 100% grant.
It's not a handout.
It's not a handout. It's not a handout.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you also have to show commitment as a business, as a body, that you're interested in what you're doing. So we encourage matched grants, whereby we give you between 60% to 50%. So the other portion is supposed to come from you.
From you, okay.
Yeah, from you. So once you qualify our requirements, of course, we give you the money. You're not supposed to pay back, but you're supposed to account for the money.
Okay.
Then, okay, now that one addresses the livelihood kind of component of our business, trying to reach out to the last mile farmer to ensure that that person, their welfare, their household incomes increase.
When you said the farmers, for example, organizations or whoever, the platforms that you're giving grants, whatever percentage it is, are you concerned, and I think I'm asking about criteria here or requirements, is it that my association has a large number of farmers or reaches a wider network, or I could have 2 or 3 as long as I'm...
Excellent. That's a good question. We, of course, numbers is one of the biggest factors that we look at. So we look at your outreach, how many farmers you're working with, because if we support you, we want as many farmers as possible to benefit from that support we've granted to you. Because I mean, it's a grant.
So you can't have 2 or 3 farmers and then say...
No, you can't. So also, there's the coverage and the reach that you talked about, but also because, like I said, we are pro-business, we also don't want to work with the upstarts. So you have to be at least been in a business established by at least for not less than 2 years. So you have to be registered. You have to be paying taxes. You have to be, audited. So we want to deal with properly established entities. Yeah. So
it's an advantage to cover a wide area.
Yeah, to cover a wide area. But also we are aware that the nature of the sector as of today is still weak in terms of structures. So we know that we're not going to find the likes of Mukwano, many Mukwanos. We're not going to find many Bidcos, no.
Yeah, because when you're saying you pay taxes, you register, I said.
Yes, so we have another arm of our business, which is business development services.
Okay.
So the idea is that we work with these small SMEs, small farm organizations, to empower them to get them to a level where they can access our financial support. So we don't keep them away.
Okay.
We try to work with them by building their governance structures, by training them, so that they get to the level where they can then access our services. Then now we have the commercial side. Now the commercial side, its key objective is to provide financial instruments, but for own lending to agribusiness or agriculture in general. So the way it works is that we place our money in regulated financial institutions. It could be commercial banks. It could be.
I thought it was a walk-in and you give me my check.
No. We don't deal with farmers directly or SMEs directly. There are some we deal with directly. I'll get to that. But we work with those financial institutions, and the idea is that we provide them with what I can call a line of credit. Basically, it's a loan.
Yes.
But it's a subsidized loan, at least lower than the market rate. So if you're an SME, you can go to, say, one of our partner institutions, financial institutions. It could be a commercial bank, it could be a SACCO, it could be a microfinance institution, it could be a Tier 3. So you go and access that facility. But of course, you have to be investing it in agriculture. So, but it's subsidized. So
again, I not an upstart.
Not an upstart. You must be still established. So then we also have the guarantee scheme, whereby we cover at least 50%. We give you a 50% cover of a guarantee, so that if you want to put up, say, you talked about commercialization. If you want to put up a big value addition kind of
factory or something,
and you don't have enough collateral, we can cover 50%. Then you get that facility. Then the bank uses our money that it has as a cover, 50%. So we share the risk. The ABI and also the financial institution. So for us to cover the 50%. So also the financial institution also caters
for the 50%.
But also in the end it benefits, because in terms of when you pay back, there is a smaller interest that you pay on that guarantee facility.
So I'm wondering if are you concerned with me who's maybe adding machinery to my factory, or its packaging is my issue? I'm on the value addition chain, or anyone really, I want improved seedlings and I'm looking into that. Does it matter?
That's a good question. I'm impressed by your knowledge about the sector. The way ABI works, we work in a holistic kind of way, whereby we facilitate the entire value chain.
Good.
From the research you talked about, the production, up to the post-harvest handling, the value addition, the marketing, and also and marketing.
Even those in the supplying.
Yes, supplying, the supply chains, all that. So we support. So it depends what your need is. So you come to us. Of course, you first come to us as ABI. You don't go to the financial institution directly. So you come to ABI.
So I was under the impression we'll go straight to my bank or my SACCO.
We refer you to. But then you'll find that the SACCO is already a beneficiary. Like there are some SACCOs which have grown. And they are directly dealing with ABI. Say, for example, if you have a Flavia Sacco from, say, Luero, and your members, we give them money, we give you grants.
Yes.
We can even give you a line of credit whereby you can give loans to your members.
Because there's already a partnership.
Yeah, because there's already a partnership. So now your member doesn't have to come to ABI.
They just go to the SACCO itself and say, this is my need.
Yeah, but however, for bigger enterprises, especially these who are interested in big money, they have to first come to us. They make a business case for their project. The
Mokwanos you were mentioning, honestly, because theirs is on a large scale.
Yeah, large scale. So we look at the project, we see if there's a business case, we see how many people are going to benefit from, we see how it's going to improve also the enterprise, Mokwano, as a business. And then we recommend you to a financial institution and say, please,
go to so-and-so.
Go to so-and-so and get that kind of support. So we have both what you could call a social objective from the grants ABI Trust, but also we have the commercial. And the idea is that the commercial supports the social to ensure that social is there perpetually. Meaning that if you take away the commercial bits and you're only giving grants, there will be a time when the grants get finished and you'll be out of business. And there'll be your existence won't be
sustainability.
The sustainability element. So the commercial makes some little profit to support the grants making parts of our business. So that's how we work.
Okay. So I have George Mutaguya from ABI Trust, although he's mentioned now the two arms of it, which is Agricultural Business Initiative. Just so you know, the farm clinic, Seeds of Gold Farm Clinic, is happening in Lira. Entrance is free, and eventually we're going to get to that, because that's why partners like ABI Trust is here, because they'll be there to offer this information, the services, and in case you're making notes right now and there's a few things you want clarity on, that's where you'll get them. So you were just saying that there's the financial side and then there's grant side. And you've sort of explained that. But just before the break, when you and I were chatting, you talked about the 6 value chains that you sort of focus on, or where you'd like to put the money. Is this, first of all, before you explain the 6 value chains, is it because you looked through and you said, this is where the points of money can come from? If we focus on this, just the 6, this is where the added advantage will come in.
We did a value chain analysis. And we found out that the 6 would have the biggest impact in terms of reaching farmers, but also in terms of promoting and growing the sector, the agriculture sector. Because, like I said, we have the farmer, but also we look at the sector,
commercial
element of the sector, and how the sector is growing and how we can support the sector to grow. So we made that analysis, and we zeroed on coffee. We all know coffee is our biggest, a given. It's a given. So we work on issues of validation, we work on issues of research and quality as far as coffee is concerned, but also looking for markets. Then we have the other one, which is cereal, which is also, I think, a given. Maize, sorghum, basically cereals. We have the other element, which is also key, dairy. And how we support dairy is that is also in primarily the production bit of it to ensure.
I've never seen. I don't. Sometimes I wonder what value addition can be done in dairy. Because I feel like we've exhausted everything.
It's a lot. I'll give you an example. Before we intervened in the dairy sector, especially the cattle corridor, we are moving from a farmer pouring the milk because it's going bad.
It's gone bad.
To now where we are, where a farmer can get at least 1,200 per litre. So the idea is that we have to invest.
And they're pouring the milk because there's no one buying it.
There's no one buying. There is no one buying. So we had to invest heavily in the machinery, the equipment, the cooling equipment, whereby a farmer as a society, dairy society, we give you a free cooler. Subsidized, you pay a little money, a little amount of money. So we give you this, state-of-art machinery from Netherlands. So, and also the accessories, the generator, because we know the power challenges we have. But also we try to promote the green growth element, whereby we try to use solar. And also we support that and our clean technology fund. So the idea is that we give you the machinery, you're able to cool your milk
Keep it for longer.
Keep it for longer.
Yeah.
You're able to negotiate because then a buyer won't force you. They won't force your arm. Because then you'll be scared.
It has to go. This, whatever you have has to go.
Has to go.
Yes,
but now you can keep your milk and you wait for better times. So then we also support the likes of the Jessa. Now the guys who now buy the milk from you to add the value to make.
Because that's what also people forget. The likes of Jessa can't keep up, so they need. They need you with your cows and your milk.
Exactly.
You give it to them, then they have the value addition process.
Value addition process. So now that's dairy where we feel we've made a very huge impact in as far as the dairy sector is concerned. As ABI. Then we have the other elements under our value chain, which is horticulture, basically fruits and vegetables, and there we're trying to target the youth. Because for obvious reasons, youth, they're not interested in waiting on coffee. They want quick money.
Our patience.
Exactly. Your patience, you youth, you are hard people. Then also there's the pulses. Pulses basically, these are legumes, beans, peas, groundnuts. And there we're targeting women because those are more or less female crops. So we're trying to promote the gender element. Then, and also we have the oil seeds, basically sunflowers, making coffee, making oils and soap, ABCD. So that's where we, those are the 6 value chains that we support. But that's from that's
technology.
From technology.
Technology.
That's from the grant making side. But however, for ABI Finance, as long as you're investing in agriculture, regardless of
so you can still...
You can do whatever you want to do as far as it's agriculture.
I hear you. Advocacy and communications, I was wondering whether, as much as you're in finance and you're in giving the money, whether there's also, and this might just be a by the way, we don't even have to discuss it, if you're in the policy, are you paying attention to the policies that are being made, the discussions that are being had about, because it will affect you eventually and your
definitely
work.
It affects us, and like I said, we have invested a lot of money in this business that we're in, and don't forget that we're using taxpayers' money, but from Denmark and other countries that support us. We have USAID, we've worked with USAID.
Accountability.
So accountability is so key. So it's our interest to safeguard the investments, the achievements that we have registered, and also supported the government to achieve, and also other stakeholders. So it's our business to to look at the policy side of things through advocacy. So yes, the reason why we support apex bodies, like for example, Coffee Development Authority, is exactly that, to ensure that when it comes to policy, when it comes to coffee as a crop, if
there's a voice there.
There is a voice.
Yes.
The farmer's voice is heard. For us, the ABIs of this world, our voice is heard, and all of us are interested that we promote. We see the sector growing. So we do a lot of advocacy. We do a lot of advocacy from the point of working with those apex bodies, but also trying to promote forums whereby stakeholders come together to deliberate about matters that are affecting agriculture in general.
Okay, so just in a bit, I'll be asking you why ABI Trust is even interested in partnering with Monitor on this farm clinic. But you did speak about training. Where you sort of deal with now is it the farmer directly? If you can just clarify on that. Okay.
What makes us special as ABI is that unlike the traditional kind of subsidized support to farmers, whether it could be just giving the extension services, the advisory.
Yes,
like one of the government institutions which is doing that. Whereby for them they don't give money, but they do give you, extension services,
support anywhere else. Yes.
Now for us, we combine that bit of the extension services, the advisory, the business support, with the financial.
Okay.
So it's one thing for me to come and train you on how to take care of your cattle, but it's another to give you the means to go, say, buy the inputs, to go and buy the pesticides, to go and buy. So we combine the two. So yes, the training bit is so important. So we do a lot of training, the business support, business development services component, whereby we come, it could be at still at a farmer or an Apex body organization.
Level, yeah.
It could be a financial institution whereby we come and train your staff on financial skills, on how to do product development for agriculture, because there are many financial institutions that we brought on board who didn't have a single agricultural product. So through that kind of support and training, we work with them to develop those products, which are those agricultural products. Sorry. So we do a lot of training in terms of marketing, how you access the markets, what you have to do to look for the market and also to sell. So there's a lot of extension services, but also when it comes to the gap, what's good agricultural practices.
Should be.
Like what you have to do if you have a garden, when do you have to plant, what do you have to use, the quality of seedlings you're supposed to use, how do you do the post-harvesting, how do you add value, so we do a lot of training. So we can work with the partner that we're working with. For example, if say Mukwano is one of our star players, I can always keep mentioning Mukwano. So Mukwano, we work directly with Mukwano. When they come to us, we say you have to make sure there's a big component in your project which has to do with farmer training, extension services, advisory component. So now Mukwano works directly with the farmers to extend that kind of service.
I hear you. So we have the farm clinic, which happens in different regions of the country, and of course it's because of the Seeds of Gold. There's a pullout in the Daily Monitor, but this is all because we've, Monitor has noticed that there's a need for farmers to not just get the money. Sometimes they also need to understand what they're doing, improve. And like I was saying, I think last week I hosted someone from the Ngeta Zadi, and I was saying that it's very important, because sometimes you show up with one business or one part of the the value chain, then you notice, I could be good at that. I could put my money here. So this is one of the learning points. But I wonder why ABI Trust felt the need to be partners on the farm clinic.
Of course, Nation Media, you're a big brand. You have a big reach.
Say that again.
Nation Media is a big brand. You have a big audience. You have a big reach. So this platform that you have, the Seeds of God platform, we feel as ABI that it's a very strategic platform whereby we can reach as many farmers as possible, not necessarily the people who are benefiting from us currently as ABI, but also because our interest is also sector-wide. We want to see that we have the sector-wide component. So it's important for us to partner with a platform like this, like Seeds of God, to reach out, to give farmers a voice. We want farmers to give farmers a platform where they can come share information, where they can come and learn, where they can come and transfer technologies and also benefit from that, where we put them in touch with other stakeholders, the guys who do agri inputs, the guys who do, say, for example, the seeds in one place, with the guy who's providing financing, like say one of our partners, and also the guy who's doing research. Now this is NARO, and now you have the key stakeholders in one place. And the beauty with partnering with NARO and ensuring that these farm clinics are held at NARO centers is that they can access the demo gardens, they can access, because that's their business.
Visual.
The visual, so they can deal with the info and also see the practical elements to it. So yes, we partnered with Monitor. This is our third year of partnership with Monitor. And we feel it's having impact. It's working because the numbers have been increasing. Every farm clinic, the level of engagement has been increasing. When you look at the material that is being used for the training, it's quality material, which has been, of course, peer reviewed and assessed by the experts, the NAROs, who at the same time conduct the research. But also the importance why the Northern Farm Clinic is important is that it's the first time they're taking the farm clinic to Northern Uganda. And for us as ABI, we've been looking for, windows of opportunity for Northern Uganda, because most of our establishments are in Western, Central, and East.
So this is your chance.
Yeah, this is our chance. We have made some inroads in Northern Uganda. We are supporting, like, for example, the Mkwanos. Yeah. We have Noya. I don't know whether you've tasted chia juice.
Yes.
She is it's made by a beautiful lady called Madame Adieri of Delight, Uganda. So they're based in Noya. Okay. So the idea is that we're trying to contribute and complement other stakeholders' efforts as far as promoting the region, and also improving the sector, the agribusiness sector in Northern Uganda as well.
It's been an interesting conversation. So if go and get the info. Don't just stop here and listen to George on the show here. I mean, go and actually, you'll be there.
I'll be there.
Yes, and get the information. Yeah. So where is this? It's actually this Saturday at the Ngeta Zardi in Lira. And entrance is free, so if you're an established farmer, do come and find out. If your issue has been money, capital, financing, then ABI Trust will be the answer for that. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you, Flavia.
All right, so this Saturday, the Farm Clinic is at Ngeta Zardi in Lira. Make time there. The entrance is free, so you have got no excuse. And that is, of course, a partnership from the Seeds of Gold Farm Clinic from Monitor. Have a good morning.
Do you know how we get illnesses? No! They're spread through germs on your hands. You pick up germs from any surface, like when you don't wash your hands after going to the toilet while playing. And then you can get sick because of germs. That's why